Good afternoon from Maroochydore. Good evening to you in Nauru. Good evening in New Zealand. I'm not sure what time of day it is in California. I'm sure you'll tell me in a moment. Welcome to Maroochydore at the Sunshine Coast in Queensland for the AFL Pacific Cup, the first time this tournament has been played. We've had the under-17s tournaments over the past 4 days. Now it's time for the open tournaments. The men's tournament began on the oval you can see in the background a couple of hours ago. But this is not only the first game of the open women's division in the AFL Pacific Cup, but it is the debut of both the New Zealand Kahu and the Nauru Aroeni in international cup competition. This is AFL history being made right before your eyes. Late evening in California. Thank you, Diesel. Soriano, good to see you again. The live chat is open, so if you're wondering who I'm talking to, no, it's not the voices in my head. They are the voices on the screen. Anything you want to tell me about the players, keep it respectful. You can correct my pronunciations. You can give me information. Maybe I've got the wrong number next to the wrong name on my team sheet. Correct it as you like. Because this is your team. This is your chat. And it's your tournament, although I suppose most of all it's their tournament. Certainly not mine, I'm here for you. But it's an absolute privilege to be here. Forget if I said my name. Daniel Viles is my name, that's not terribly important. But the beginning of a new phase of Australian football history begins in Maroochydore. New Zealand Kahu, Nauru Aroeni, underway. Tap over the top from Sally Houlihan. New Zealand, of course, in the black. Nauru in their gold. Good tackle means that New Zealand will get the free kick just to the left of the centre circle. The wind is much quieter today than it has been over the last few days. Maybe a slight advantage to the right of your screen, which is where New Zealand is attacking. Went through on the outside, went past Demi Sultan. She's able to regather. Cleared by the Aroeni. They're getting some movement up the right-hand side of the field. Vakade working hard in defence. New Zealand just have enough numbers to the ball. And well picked up. Looking to come out wide to Cleo Baguga. Didn't make it that far. The tackling pressure from New Zealand. In that case, Naya Taolamai Holden. This is the Maroochydore club. New Zealand have a direct link to it. We'll get to her in a moment. Turned over, just knocked behind her by Yashika Cook, who's been playing in Queensland for Sandgate. Baguga comes in field. Had to wait that kick precisely and did. Over to Charlie Capelle. Dangerous, but they had the numbers. Big hit, Vanilla Ika. Working well on the ground, Nauru can clear. Over the top, Ashley DeBow was able to pick it up, tried to get it forward to Isley DePaul. She was wrestled to ground, high contact. Martina Scotty, thank you for joining the chat. Number 5, now I've got that as Jerusha Kepper. If that's wrong, let me know. Because on my team list, I've got Ruth Scotty at number 18 and Osana Scotty at number 25. Charge down. Not the best kick, a little bit flat off the boot. A 1-on-2 situation. Look at the Kahu swarm. They've been able to cause the turnover. Going for one bounce is Houlihan, the ruck. Inside 50. Over the top, just beat Tavendale. Heading towards goal, just needs to be kicked through. Sam Lightfoot. It's been awarded. Sam Lightfoot is the first goal scorer for New Zealand women in international competition. It was all caused by that turnover. There were 4 New Zealand players around the Nauruans. The kick inside 50 cleared everyone. Lightfoot got front position. Didn't panic, just sock it when the opportunity presented itself. Sam Lightfoot with a bit of history for the Kahu. Houlihan dominating the ruck early. Picked up, I think, by McKenna Jones. We got a bit of love on the Facebook chat today. say Androlit. Roving. Houlihan's doing well, but that was well picked up at the back. Nauru able to turn over. Knocked back to Naomi Akua. Good play inside. Oh, some speed. That's from Ashley DeBal. Didn't quite get it through to Baguga, but I think DeBal was held back. So DeBal will have the free kick just outside the 50. Dale Lightfoot, I'm going to take a wild guess and say might be related to Sam Lightfoot. Very clearly proud of Sam. Not quite able to play on. Bit of a false start. Just outside the 50. Ashley DeBal. We'll go to a contest, but dominated by Nauru numbers. The New Zealand defence probably didn't organise as well as they wanted to. Something for Andrew Kadzo to work with. And Adama Ribal. Ribal, a Tigeress, a goal scorer. The first ever goal scorer for Nauru women in an international cup competition. We'll only be able to see the set shot on the replay. But of course it was set up by Ashley DeBal, who gave a good bit of advice, just helped Adama settle down. Made the goal umpire work a little, but that's good enough. And when history's on the line, you do what you got to do. Both sides on the board. A goal apiece early in this genuinely historic clash. It's the number 2 oval at Maroochydore Multisports Complex, but look at the grass. It's probably in better condition than the top field. A couple of turnovers in the middle of the field. Houlihan's been impressive. Commentator's curse. Kicks it away to Yashika Cook. Cook put herself under a bit of pressure, but still got a good kick away. Found Vancina Regadio. Through the hands, but it may work out all right. Through Brechtefeld. Back to Ashley DeBal. Good inside 50 kick. Cleared the defence. It's back up towards the goal scorer in Ribal. Looking for space. Not the best pass. Ashley DeBal beats a tackle. DeBal. Inside to Brechtefeld. All went a little bit awry, but being chased well by Lara Doguape. Boundary throw in. Now in this competition we will be playing the lasso rule, which means if the ball goes out of bounds between the 50-metre arcs, and if it was clearly touched by one opponent, then it won't be restarted with a throw-in. It will be the restart will be via a free kick. But this is inside 50, so just a good old boundary throw-in. Moving into the right, looks to be June Manning. A lot of these players have rugby backgrounds, and you may have seen it on show there. Axel Oswald, very familiar with this ground. She's had a wonderful year for Maroochydore, mainly on the other oval. But her halfback play has been astonishing at times this year. Made the Quaffle W Team of the Year squad. Charlie Capelle pulls it wide, looking for Kepper. Inside to Anne DeBal. DeBal deep inside 50. Through the hands of Jerusha Kepper. Turned over. Ribal, good charge down from Poata. Ribal with a second shot. Now, was it touched? It was. Goal umpire was right there, and that was an important touch on the line. May just take another look at that because the attack was fantastic from Nauru. We've gone back a little. May need to abandon this. But look at the ball movement. Nauru's academy. Fantastic. And play's restarted, so actually hasn't quite restarted. That touch there. Brilliant defensive play. Back live. Pressure on the kick, but it was attacked well by McKenna Jones. Thank you, Soriano. Plenty of support from you for Lara, Ann, and Ruth. And Brian, it does look like an even contest, doesn't it? Chris has been having all the even contests in the men's game. I've been getting insanely jealous. Good tackle from Alana Goldingham. Bit of carnage on the ground, but players held after the ball was released. Capelle, who's made a good start to this match. Out wide to Yashika Cook. Told to play on. Possibly didn't go 15. They're stringing passes together well. That was good defence from Liv Waldron, the captain for the Kahu. Out wide to Naomi Akua. Under a lot of pressure. Volleyball skills come in handy. Inside to Taylor Ephraim. Turned over. Goldingham was the one who initially got it away, but it's gone back to Capelle again. He's racking up the touches early. Nauru on the attack. Good tackle by Oswald, wins the free kick. Played mostly on the halfback flank for Maroochydore this year in the Quaffle W. Named at centre halfback today, which I dare say is exactly where she should be. That's a beautiful long kick. Nearly picked out, I think, Goldingham up forward. Cleaned up at the back by Ruth Scotty. Gets a low kick away. That was Goldingham. Getting head over the ball, and then Drollett showing that she's a force to be reckoned with. The number 2 for New Zealand. Naomi Akua, not to be intimidated. Comes out the back to Jones. Fumbles. Didn't really find space because Naomi Akua was there again. Well done at the back. You can hear the national anthems on field number 1. Stay with this game for now, though. Pumped forward by Ephraim. Oswald, front position. Knocked it forward twice to advantage. And then a bit of high contact because the Nauruan was just clever enough, and that was Ruth Scotty, to get her head over the ball and draw the free kick. Well-weighted kick, Baguga. Needs options. There's no really loose players, so she goes wide to the pocket. Bit of friendly fire. Drops to Rabal. Well off target. But Nauru are dominating this fixture so far. Bit of praise from someone called Chris Yayende. I'm not sure I've heard his opinion, really. New Zealand working it out of defence. Again, kicking it away. Got some good distance on it, which suggests, in fact, you can see from the flags, and we can feel it here in the scaffolding. Play on that the wind is definitely a bit stronger left to right now. Nearly turned over on the 50. In the end, it's turned over just outside the 50. Strong tackle from Bowdry, the Aucklander. Pumped back in by Ika. Ashley DeBow's been causing havoc at half forward, draws the free kick. They're using their body positions extremely well, the Nauruans. The AFL New Zealand site, which is very well kept, they had a good preview article on this side. I think one of the New Zealand papers had an article as well. More on that in a moment as Nauru goes inside 50. That looked to be touched in flight. Into space. Rabau looking for it. Bit of a jersey sling, and they've done well in defence. That was Vakade. Got it out to Hunter. Played the 1-2. Vakade again. Awful bounce. Will lead to a turnover. And look at the way they support each other, the Nauruans. Capelle. Good pressure from Bowdry. Didn't yield the desired result. New Zealand to cut it off at halfback. The pressure was strong from Brechtefeld. Through the legs, a few good old nutmegs. Semi-clearance with New Zealand. This next passage of play is important. That was good work. Goldingham gets it forward to Lightfoot, the goal scorer. Lightfoot into space, wants the foot race, clears everyone. Just off target. Margin reduced to 1 point. Swift counter-attack from Kahu. Yes, a lot of rugby converts in this New Zealand side. Kicking didn't go well for New Zealand. They've got the numbers, need to make them count. Loose ball inside, dropped mark. Pushed out the back, Capella will be able to clean up. And that was an important mark, streaming back. Maybe a little bit casual with the kick. All's well that ends well. Stepped inside, nearly caused trouble for herself, Naomi Akua. And in the end, it definitely affected the quality of the disposal. Turnover in centre field. Back inside 50, using that wind advantage. They'll want a second goal with the wind. Stepping inside was Turnbull. Back to Vakade. Wide to Hunter. Hunter up towards centre half forward. That's taken a horrible bounce. Now, where was it touched? Before or after the line? That goal will go to Hunter. That is an extraordinary goal from Emily Hunter. Let's go back a few stages in play. Lovely step outside the 50 from Turnbull. Vakade has been turning it over, real general at the back. And then Hunter from outside the 50. There's the big off break. And apart from the fact that it spun the wrong way, Amelia Kerr would have been proud of that one. So Emily Hunter has scored from outside the 50. For any of her friends, just tell them it was a long bomb. Don't tell them that it dribbled through and took a massive off break, unless that's the story you want. New Zealand with the lead. Nauru with the clearance. And the wind has definitely picked up. You can see that ball holding the breeze. Oswald, calm little step on the wing, tackling strong from Kepper. Maybe just didn't attack the ball as hard as they needed to. Brechterfeld's been attacking the ball, keeps her feet, and they've caused the turnover. Nearly a scoop out from the contest. Kepper towards centre half forward. It was on a platter, not held by Rabal. It may not matter. Bit of a scoop kick. It's just a case of the wind. Excellent positioning. I think from Sultan, possibly Palata. Thank you, Meg Mann. Rebecca Isaacs is on fire, although that could just be the heat of the Sunshine Coast. Yes, I'm a dad. How can you tell? Up wide, a little bit of a push is Rebecca Isaacs, who's clearly on fire. And the tackle was held a little bit long. Soriano Dabana, I think, has working her way through the entire squad as a clanger from New Zealand. That'll be out in the full. Nauru to restart. By the end of the game, Soriano will have given individual support to every Nauruan on the field. Crusader asking Diesel how you got into AFL from California. I will say AFL United States, very well represented on social media and on the web. Plenty of information there. That'll be a lasso free kick, so New Zealand with a chance to get on the attack again. New Zealand 2 goals in this quarter through Lightfoot and Hunter. Adama Rubal, the goal scorer for Nauru. That was Hunter. Got it forward to Sultan. Deep inside 50. Nearly taken in defence. Good work from Capelle. I've liked the work of Charlie Capelle in this match. Oswald needed to intercept and did. Knocked it into space. Gets a shepherd from her teammate Manning. Got into a little bit of trouble and then produced a good inside 50 anyway. Thrixina Akua is working hard on the ground. The number 9. That must have been shoulder height. It looked pretty line ball from here. Kate Turnbull knocked it wide. Chance to go deep through Houlihan. Good mark at centre half forward. That is classic full forward work from Kaylee Tavendale. Tavendale working well. We've had a goal from Auckland, a goal from Wellington, now one from Canterbury. The 3 most populous provinces all on the board. Kaylee Tavendale has her first goal for New Zealand in International Cup competition. The bulk of the work was done before this, but if it's your first goal for your country, why not see it a second time? Nothing wrong with that set shot. And nothing wrong with the first quarter from the New Zealand Kahu. They lead 3-1-19 to 1-2-8. New Zealand's goals to Lightfoot, Hunter and Tavendale. Nauru's goal to Adama Rubal. Quarter time at the Maroochydore Multisports Complex. afternoon in Maroochydore. It is Monday night in New Zealand and Nauru. I'm glad that we're all here together watching the debut performances, the debut match, let's call it that, of New Zealand and Nauru in International Cup women's competition. And hopefully we have a full International Cup in the future. Thank you for your contributions on the chat. Taylena says, go Sian, or possibly go Sayan, if you can tell me how to pronounce her name properly, because I want to get it right for her. SkyQuest gives the best summation I could give. A nice river of a quarter, wasn't it just? Live life and smile. Go New Zealand, or possibly goo New Zealand. That wasn't an accent joke, she's just got a lot of O's there. New Zealand are indeed going at the moment. They will be running to the left of your screen in this second quarter, which to me looks like they will be into the wind. So Nauru looking to make the wind advantage count in this second quarter. Opening match of the AFL Pacific Cup Open Women's Tournament. Roved by fabulous Kanth. Become a bit of a star here in Southeast Queensland through her work with Sandgate. Deep inside 50. Rebal had to be held. Wasn't held. Broke the tackle. Strong tackle, and that's holding the ball. The initial tackle break was impressive, and then got into a bit of trouble. Thank you, Live Life. Thank you, Lucina. New Zealand, dangerous kick. Could be intercepted and is by Baguga. Back inside, found Lido Tamaki. They're looking for space. Naomi Akua had a shot. Reduces the margin by 1. And I think Nauru have shown that with the wind advantage, they're going to attack. They do not want to finish this quarter thinking, well, what if we'd attacked a bit more? They're going to know exactly what would have happened. Deep kick out, roved by Vakade. Working up the wing well, New Zealand stringing passes together. They've got numbers in the right place, didn't quite get through to Turnbull. Now inside looking for Baudry. Baudry deep inside 50, and the kick just held up in the wind, which meant it was easy pickings to be able to run out again. And I say easy pickings, you've got to be in the right position to pick them easily. Good work on the ground, gets the ball back to Kepper. And even just, the ball didn't end up going to her, but Lara Dalgape just ran to the front of that contest. She's asking questions of the umpire now. But just her positioning, the way that there's some real Aussie rules intelligence in regular action on the field if you know where to look. Even if you don't know where to look. Forward was able to find Rahui Durkin. Not held by Tavendale, under pressure. Nauru doing enough in defence and a good overlap run around the outside. Definitely the wind is having an effect. It's a 17th player for Nauru on the field at the moment. Baguga through the middle. Is under pressure. It's a clever pick-up from Andabal. Inside 50, and it will be a downtown free kick because Andabal was absolutely flattened after she kicked the ball. Ashley DeVal plays on. Lovely step around Oswald. Not easy to do. That could go the distance. That's a wonderful goal. Talk about making the conditions work for you. Going back to the free kick. We see Bianca Brechtefeld going into that left half forward position. But it was before that. Just spectacular work. I believe it was Ashley DeBow who scored the goal. Please correct me if you're thinking you're an idiot commentator. Now we're moving forward again, this time through Capelle. It took a little while to get going. Oh, player down injured. So umpire Gary McKenzie, he's got about 500 games experience. Don't let the look of his age fool you. He's seen everything on a footy field. Just trying to identify the players down. Possibly Tavendale. Don't mean to cause unnecessary alarm. Rahui Durkin, I think it was. Chloe's up and running. Rahui Durkin in pursuit. Squirts out to the advantage of Nauru. Capella. Been brilliant on the ground. Awful bounce. Back to Rahui Durkin. As everyone flies, that was almost stunt formation. Margin of 4 points. Nauru with the only scores in this quarter, 1 goal, 1 behind. But New Zealand with a chance for a settler. Deep inside 50, the run from the back came from Lightfoot, then got a bit messy. Capella again, of course it was. Holding the ball, strong tackle. And that was Tavendale. Goal into the breeze, you could argue, is worth double mentally today. Perfectly weighted kick. Absolutely perfectly weighted. McKenna Jones, by virtue of her good positioning, barely had a thing to do, and I apologise, that's Kate Turnbull. Turnbull has her first. And has earned the right to celebrate, but that goal into the breeze, one of the few mistakes the Nauru defence has made where possibly they thought the ball was going to drop short. So I don't mean to be too critical by saying it was a mistake, because judging the flight of the ball when the wind is this strong is tricky. But New Zealand get their lead out to 10, which is only 1 shy of what it was at the quarter-time break. 17-minute quarters in both the Open men's and Open women's competitions this week. Dominating in the ruck, McKenna Jones roving well, Kula Baldry. Jones leaving it, thought she was shepherding for a teammate, and in the end it became a turnover until Axel Oswald said, well, I can do turnovers, I'm doing them all year. Shorter kick, just didn't quite find the target. The Guga on the wing tries to chip inside 50 and the wind just took that away from her. Oswald read that yesterday. The surprise bonsai tree says, nice one, Kahu. I tend to agree. Oh, bad turnover, plays on. Ashley DeBal, handballs out to Desanamo. Desanamo, important defensive work. Ribili Poata saves 5 points for Kahu. Excellent attack from Aroeni. The wind is swirling. We've got no idea who's got the advantage now. I'll tell you who's got the advantage right now, and that's Nauru, because they have a free kick for the lasso. A lot of time left in this, certainly the match, but even in this quarter. Cleo Baguga. Well weighted. Not quite marked. Brechtefeld gets on her bike. Now marked inside or outside? No, out on the full. And I must say that's how it looked to me. It looked like she was already over the paint when she was able to wrap her hands around the ball. Kawada putting a good amount of pressure on. Now outnumbered in the contest. There were mainly gold jerseys in that area. Slightly dodgy looking handball in the outer zone, umpire picked it up straight away. Oh, I apologise, the free kick's come to Nauru. I misread that. Naomi Akua plays wide to Capella. Capella with a long shot, it's got legs! And she's deserved the goal. Her work at halfback today has been absolutely fantastic. And she got a chance to pump one long, and take it she did. So after the confusion about whose kick it was, whose free kick it was, well, confusion to me, Akua, Capella was in space, and from 45 metres, it looked like she barely touched it. But she had strength in her leg, and she had the wind behind her, and the gap is back to 3 points. It's going to be a topsy-turvy game. You would expect whichever side has the win to be scoring most points in that quarter. New Zealand's 1 goal in this quarter, and indeed Nauru scored 1 into the wind in the first quarter. They could be the goals to the left of the field could be the most important ones today. Of course, what you need to do is capitalise when you've got the advantage. And I think Demi Sultan was trying to break the Guinness World Record for tackling the most players at once. Gave away the free kick. Kepper goes for a run. Deep inside 50. Over everyone. Good touch from June Manning. Courtney Chastain tried to run out of trouble. They'll get there eventually. Important marking contest through the hands of Sultan. Turned over. Unable to find space was Dogoape. Held. Just wanted a little bit too much time and space. And Demi Sultan been doing a mountain of work in the last couple of minutes. That's a superb mark running back from Baguga. Taking a mark when you're running with the direction of the ball, you could argue they're the hardest catches to take. Deep inside, Sultan again working very well at halfback. I think she was flattened after she disposed. NBA Hill Lights, good to have you along. Bit of support for New Zealand. It's the Lasso free kick, so Baguga gets the free kick on the boundary. Nauru back on top in this section of play. The 2-on-1 didn't matter. Strong mark taken in the contest. I think that's one of the DeBale sisters. It's not. It's Chrissa Detanamo. He's been busy in the last couple of minutes. Chrissa falls down perfect. Superbly done. Roving in the goal square, and Nauru take back the lead. It was Detanamo had the free kick on the right. You can see players moving into the goal square just to make sure the contest was even, and that anywhere the ball fell, there was an opportunity. And thank you, SDI Park. Number 5 is Vanilla Ika. I had her as number 11, so I appreciate the correction. Well, if Vanilla Ika's number 5, is Jerusha Kepper out there, and does she have a number? Nauru with 4 goals and a stacker behind. Landed on the back of the head of Vancina Regadio. Messy play in the middle, but it's going to work to Nauru's advantage, even if they lose a bit of territory. Yeah, just over the shoulder. So much good work done from Sayandrolis. Just put the hand over the shoulder at the wrong time. Which means that Nauru is on the attack again. Good work at the back from the captain, Waldron. Not the greatest kick, and that tackle was about a day before the ball was gathered. So Ika, who I believe scored the last goal. Got a good bounce. Ashley DeBale in a bit of space. Not sure she had time for a bounce, but it's worked. A bounce, a step, a handball, and then a kick into the midriff of Courtney Chastain. Another opportunity off the ground. That's gone through from Fabulous Kanth. She's been putting them through all year. For Sandgate. The number of steps. You can see Kanth in the long sleeves lurking in the middle. Once she got the opportunity, put it through. Get that one to Kanth Martina, thank you for letting me know. And I've got to say, as a commentator who does his research and works hard, I'm mortified that I've got the list wrong. I have been asking, but the aim is to give you a good quality commentary, and it's well, that's a shame. But any help you can give will be appreciated. Unfortunately, it hasn't come through from the association. They've got to be critical there. Deep inside 50. Needs to be cleaned up by Taulamai Holden. It wasn't. Outside of the boot. Nauru's on a roll. Came from a turnover in the middle of the field. See it thumped deep inside. The goal scorer was number 7, who I have as Anne DeBal. But you know these people, so please thank you, Soriano, for confirming that the last goal was scored by Kempf. But what a display it's been by Nauru. 5 goals in this quarter. So at half-time, I'll put who I've got the goal scorers as being in the chat. But I'm not the ultimate source of truth. We will get things sorted out. What we do know is whatever jersey numbers they're wearing, they're having a dominant quarter. Good playing at the whistle. We saw a bit in the under-19 competition that players would stop when they thought the ball was out. But Vaccardo, who gets the free kick, made sure that she looked for the truth and got it. Lovely step inside. Cleared forward. And even then, the quick hands just as the tackle was coming in. That's a beautiful long handball. Be kicked forward by Anne DeBal. Couldn't quite knock it to advantage. Finds advantage now. Ashley DeBal. Bit of time, bit of space. Closed down her space. Excellent charge down. May work out anyway. Bit of rugby league skills from Italy to Paul. Ashley DeBal finds it. Elects not to scoop it through the legs. Finds her feet again. Tried to burst through 3 or 4 tacklers. And gets the ball up. Siren. In fact, the inability to nominate a player quickly enough may cost Nauru here. Came all the way back to Naomi Akua. Ashley DeBal wanted a bit too much time and space. That wouldn't have counted anyway, as Chris Adetanamo's shot was taken on the line. My goodness. Nauru, 5 goals in a quarter. They lead 6-4-40 to New Zealand's 4-1-25. It's been a very high standard of football. And I certainly hope you're enjoying things, enjoying the play, enjoying the quality here on the AFL Pacific Cup live stream. back to Maroochydore. Debut match for the New Zealand Kahu and Nauru Aroeni. They've each had a quarter with the wind advantage. New Zealand used theirs pretty well. They were 3-1-19 at quarter time over Nauru 1-2-8. And then Nauru put on 5 goals in a quarter, you know, like you do. My name's Daniel Viles. It's been an absolute privilege to be with you. It looks like there are plenty of mistakes in my team sheet for the Nauruans. But if you're on the live chat and you want to give corrections, because we want to make sure the praise goes to the right people, it's terrific football. Make sure you can watch this back without cringing. Third quarter, number 2 oval at Maroochydore Multisports Complex. Bit of a tumble from Goldingham in the ruck contest. Slightly high contact from Demi Sultan, but she was relentless in that second quarter. Just be a ball up. Both sides have come out with a bit of spring in this game. Jericho Detanamo, the Nauruan coach, would be absolutely delighted with his charges in that second quarter. Sells it again. Just flicks it out wide, went through Vicade. Awkward looking kick, but very effective. They do have a bit of wind advantage. Good work by Lightbourne. The idea was right. Tavendale just got there a little bit late, but the intercept mark was assured. Just outside the 50, not held by Naomi Akua. Inside ball from Frixina Akua. And hit the deck. So Chris Adetanamo is got to know the deck. Hoofed forward by Rahui Durkin. Mark dropped going back by Ruth Scotty. Kicked off the ground. Oh, that'll be a free kick. Got there too early. Sam Lightfoot's little kick across the face is very clever. The Holly Lightbourne, or possibly Lightburn, happy to be educated. Is that Izzy Goodwin? Izzy Goodwin, rather. It's got enough on it. New Zealand had to score first in this quarter. And Izzy Goodwin, who got her head over the ball first, drew the free kick, and earned it well. The Wellingtonian is on the board as New Zealand reduced the gap to 9 points. And didn't waste any energy whatsoever. Needed to kick at 25.24 metres. She kicked at 25.24 metres. Don't ask me how I know. The ruck working well suddenly for New Zealand. Getting the clearances as well. That's going to beat a few people. Tavendale with the outside run. Lightfoot bumped off. But they've got forward momentum. Thank you, Josh. Lightbourne, not Lightburn. Important for New Zealand. And that defensive pressure around the contest, clever little tap out, comes to Cleo Baguga in the number 3. The goal scorer Lightbourne. Hint of high contact, no more than a hint, that's a free kick. Rahui Durkin. Strong work, and they're just rushing the Nauruans. So Nauru with the +1 in the goal square. The lead came in from, I think, Tavendale. Rahui Durkin, though. Into the goal square. Nauru had the numbers. It's fallen fortuitously. Needs a bit of a gap. Kate Turnbull gets a bit of a gap. The margin is back to 3. It's almost like a cricket game in the sense that it's not first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. It's New Zealand first innings, Nauru first innings, New Zealand second innings. Nauru's second innings coming. No, you can't declare. But look at the work from Turnbull at the back of the contest. Positioned so well. And she becomes New Zealand's first multiple goal scorer in Women's International Cup competition. Her goal into the wind in the second quarter may yet be decisive, as might Adama Rabal's goal for Nauru in the first term. But bang, bang inside 4 minutes for New Zealand Kahu. Sultan is starting to make her presence very well felt at the contest. Was knocked forward by the captain Waldron. They're finding a way behind the Nauru in defence, causing turnovers. Shot comes in, light foot. Not able to get quite enough foot. You have no idea how many puns I was avoiding there because I guess she's heard them. And her proud nana. Indecision at the back for Nauru and then a thumping kick. It's gone about 60 metres into the wind. With handball on the ground, just away from Isaacs and then returned with interest. Important mark dropped by Taolamai Holden. Cleaned up by Oswald. Thrown to ground, and that's a dangerous tackle. She'll get the free kick. As she gets a little bit overly familiar with the Maroochydore turf. Oswald that ends well. Oswald. Well-weighted kick to find Lightbourne. Has Vakade outside. And in the end, that was the intended target, but the wind was a bit stronger than she bargained for. Turned over to Naomi Akua. Plays the 1-2. In a little bit of trouble. Oh, yeah, high contact as Sultan just a little overzealous. Oh, that's a 50-metre... Oh, now that's good umpiring. In Queensland, that would have just dropping the ball at the feet. That would have been a 50-metre penalty, but they're allowing for the fact that sometimes local competitions are not always played as strictly. Strong tackling by DePaul. Holding of the jersey. Nauru's free kick. That comes back to number 22, High-Havers Taylor Ephraim. Be in contact with Nauru management to see if we can get things sorted out for Wednesday. Oh, probably the wrong time to bounce. They get away with it. The 1-2 and DeBow in the number 7. Bit of tunnel ball. Seems to be a bit of a Nauruan skill, that one. Bit of space for number 2. All the way out, knocks to number 24 with DeBow. Back to number 2. Held up in the breeze. Good work at the back from Poata. Ruby Lee making a presence felt on a few occasions. Went for a dinky chip, but went to a area heavily populated by Nauruans. That'll be returned by Dasanamo. Off target. Nauru by 4. They won't be too disappointed, Nauru, as long as they keep it up this end of the ground. The wind doesn't suddenly cheat them by dying off. That will probably be out of bounds. I apologise, that's well taken by Oswald. That's not Oswald, apologies. I agree, Tiele. I hope I said that correctly. Ruby Lee's been very good at times in defence for New Zealand today. Was knocked forward out of the way of Baudry. Then the equally imposing figure of Houlihan gets it forward. They can score here. Tavendale. She will rue that miss. That's a bit harsh. She'll be disappointed at the miss. Margin back to 3. Important for New Zealand to lock it in. We're barely halfway through. Well, we're just halfway through this third term. New Zealand will want to lead. Horrible kick. Tavendale reacts quickly. Needs a bit of support through the feet of Lightfoot. Well cleaned up by number 17, Yashika Cook. Infringement. It has gone back to Cook. Jones is LBW. A little bit clumsy from Tavendale. Will just be a ball up. I think the pressure that New Zealand is feeling at the moment is knowing what happened to them in the second quarter. I think they feel that they need to at least match that. Out towards Tavendale, good roving. The handball under pressure, Nauru able to clear. They've done that well a few times today. Vakade knocked it forward to the advantage of Lightboard. Too many Nauruans there. Number 5, who I believe is Vanilla Ika. All holding up in the breeze, and the mark kick's just not carrying. Handball out by DePaul. That was a clear throw. Ika not getting away with that one. No disrespect intended to her. Number 3 in the foreground, I believe, is Keila Tamaki. One of 4 players with the surname Tamaki in this side. I don't know if they're all related. Katina Hiram, your Nauruan girls have been absolutely fantastic, as evidenced by that good intercept mark taken by number 4, Charlie Capella, who scored with a 50-metre free kick in the second turn, albeit wind assisted. Lightburn just, not sure what happened there, had something fly across her. June Manning, I think, was trying to score a try at one point. Strong play regardless. That's the number 1 oval you can see behind, where they've played, I think, 2 AFLW games. The Brisbane Lions used it as a home ground a couple of years ago. Kula Baldry, currently the tallest rover in the world. Well turned over, and then a good tackle, coughed it up, did Keila Tamaki, and then was able to regather. They're pushing them backwards. That was a legal push. Nauru with numbers around the contest, cleared by Keila, and then turned over. Injured player down. And now calling for assistance. The clock won't stop. Mish Gideon has a hashtag and then Naomi Akula for Nauru. Now I've got her as number 10. If you know that she's actually wearing a different number, I've been given an incorrect list, so I'm all ears, in this case eyes. Play should continue. New Zealand free kick, about 60 from goal, but with a breeze. Probably won't make it with one shot. Although, deep kick, off target, out of bounds, on the full. Nauru with a chance to clear, probably through Capella. In the sense they're doing enough, Nauru, their aim will be to lead at three-quarter time and then ride that breeze home. Cook. He's been playing with fabulous Kent at Sandgate this year. Picked up on the ground by Angena Scotty in number 20. Waldron. And the pressure on her kick has forced a boundary throw in. Good work by number 20, Angena Scotty. Thank you, Mish. So number 4 is Naomi Akua. So she scored earlier. She's been absolutely brilliant today. This is why I wish I'd been able to have the right name from the start, because I could have given you a nice big loud call on those goals. Gary McKenzie laying down the law, and I think the player who took the ball to the ruck wasn't the one who nominated, so the free kick comes out to Keila. High ball towards the centre of the field. That'll be turned over, just out of reach of Turnbull, out of reach of Goldingham. Chastain on the ground, turned over. Good work by Shariko Detonamo in the number 21. So if Naomi Akua is number 4, that means I don't know if Shiley Capella is there. New Zealand with a free kick, 3 minutes to go in the third term. They trail by 3 points. They would want at least one more goal to make the most of this wind advantage. And they've kicked it away to Vanilla Ika. kicker goes wide. Just cut off by Goldingham. Needs a bit of support. Eventually came from Sultan. And they're away in New Zealand, but there was pressure on that disposal as well. Tavendale on the half volley. Put a kind of tackle away. Still 2.5 minutes to go. And a holding free kick's been given to Aroeni. Thank you, Lucina Tamaki. I will get those sorted out in a moment. So number 3 is Corder. Good mark taken overhead by number 20, who I have as Angena Scotty. So number 2 is Kayla. Number 3 is Corder. Both Panzeres. That was Muru Painga. Got the ball inside 50, but didn't communicate with the forwards. 3 more games for each of these teams after today. Who knows? Maybe they'll meet in the final. That was playing on. Lightfoot not quite able to get there. Into the middle where Anne DeBow in number 7, or maybe not, played the one too. That was a lovely little no-look pass. Don't have number 11. New Zealand free kick for a big tackle. 21 is Bianca Brechtefeld. Learning by the second is New Zealand. I'll just stay with the play for a moment because New Zealand, very important passage of the game. A lead, you would think this one needs to go through. Just psychologically, New Zealand will want this kick from Lightfoot. Open the scoring in the match today. It's a low driving kick, beats everyone. Through for a minor score. So far that's 2 goals, 2 for New Zealand in this quarter. On the evidence of the match so far, it's not enough, but if we knew what was going to happen, we wouldn't watch sport. Well directed. Lands in the hands of number 18, who I have as Ruth Scotty. He's off for a trundle. Good tackle from Turnbull. Now Turnbull, the siren is imminent. Turnbull will probably need to just thump this and see if she can get her hat trick. Oh, has been marked before the siren. Well, we can argue about whether that was the right or wrong option, but the fact is it happened. It's a cliffhanger on the scoreboard. Nauru lead New Zealand by 2 points. 3/4 time at the Maroochydore Multisports Complex, round 1 of the AFL Pacific Cup Open Women's Competition. to be watching a thriller here at Maroochydore, the opening match of the women's competition in 2024, the first AFL Pacific Cup. Nauru lead New Zealand by 2 points, but you will see that there is a big wind advantage blowing from left to right, which is going to suit the Nauruans in this final quarter. It's 6 goals apiece. Nauru have 5 minor scores to New Zealand's 3. Nauru scored just the 1 point in that second quarter, but in that third term rather. But if you were watching earlier and you saw what happened in the second term when Nauru had the breeze and kicked 5 goals, that's what's on everyone's minds right now. Can they repeat that? What did New Zealand learn? How are their defensive structures going to hold up into the breeze? Well, that's a good start for them. Squeezed out the side to be pushed forward by Waldron. Inside 50, gets underneath the defence. Plenty of New Zealand bodies around the ball. Nauruans had their number of bodies as well. Clever little tap into space. That'll be a ball up. But that was an important clearance win for New Zealand, both territorially and psychologically. Houlihan in the ruck. Beautiful roving. Not quite taken by Andabau at the back, and New Zealand were able to turn it over through Waldron. On the ground, number 10, I don't think I have. I thought it was Naomi Akua. It is not. She's number 4. Waldron involved. Playing more of a halfback role on that occasion. Has a rugby background. Is she a fly half? Because that's a fantastic kick. Comes out wide to Lightbourne. Dropped it cold under pressure, and the defence was absolutely superb from, I think it was Vanilla Rika in the number 5. Coming up towards quarter, Tamaki. It's kept in the field of play. Yeah, and Tamaki just went straight over the top, so that'll be a New Zealand free kick. New Zealand, Izzy Goodwin, who scored in the third term. A little bit of ill communication, but Waldron got the mark in the end. To a 2-on-1, that was an important punch. Houlihan breaks one tackle, got some boot on it. Stepping is Turnbull. Has 2 goals in this match already. Important work across from Tavendale. Looking for space. Superb tackling at the back. Is that a Guardiol? It's either Yashika, might be Yashika Cook actually. Yes, it was. Osana Scotty, number 18. Thank you very much, Soriano. The left foot from Goodwin goes right across the face of goal. Tavendale with work to do. Good defensive pressure from number 14. Tavendale just keeps it in. Had no support from her teammates. There were 3 Nauruans around her. No other New Zealanders in sight. Cleared by Nauru. Lands in a gap. Plenty of black jerseys around. But it's the Nauruans who come up with it, although now the Kahu have a 4-on-1 advantage. Excellent charge down, although it may have been friendly fire. Nauru on the counter, well, it would have been, there was a good bump from Emily Hunter. Unfortunate slip. Second opportunities. Messy play until Sultan turns it into clear play. Didn't allow the mark. 2-on-2 contest, that should just be a boundary throw-in. So Osana Scotty is number 18, which is the number I've been given for Ruth Scotty. But I will be contacting, this is not your responsibility, I'm just asking for help, but I will be in touch with the Nauru management. I think it's the Ria Demauna who might be able to help me out, so I'll have a chat over the next couple of days. The wind has settled, so Nauru not with the same advantage that they had in the second quarter, but I don't mean to imply that everything they did was because of the wind. Told them I hold them with a good mark on the right wing. Just through the hands of Sultan. Turned over, good check side kick outside of the boot. Clever from Oswald. playing very high. That was an important bump. Allowed it to be turned over to Chrissa. And then a throw. New Zealand with the free kick. Oswald in the orange boots. Still Nauru by 2, but they are not dominating this fourth quarter in the way we thought they might. There's an injured player down in the background. I'll see if I can find out who that is. Play can continue because they're not directly affecting the play. Then it's kicked in that general direction by Poata. Marked well by Rahui Durkin, who'd be well advised. Well, she kept it wide and got away with it. Marked by Tavendale. Now the wind is blowing right to left as she looks at the goals. It's not going to be easy for a right footer. Drills it through. It's across the face, which is what you'd expect. That's playing for the free kick, and just a little bit slow to dispose of the ball was Turnbull. So there will be a boundary throw-in. Now, I think we just may have inadvertently added 1 to the score for New Zealand. I think they're still on 39. We'll get that checked for you. Lightburn wrestling hard, but was outnumbered. And Debao. Just knocking it to advantage. It's a skill of the Naruans, courtesy of playing most of the matches on limestone. Chris Adetanamo had nowhere to go. Good clearance. Nauru needed that just as a settler. So both the scoreboard and our scoreboard are showing 41 to 40. Feel free to weigh in with an opinion on that. I didn't see. Going through, Ribal, looking to get there first. Holds it inside and probably cost her team a point. Oswald. Oh, tangled, and that'll be a free kick to Nauru. No, it'll be a boundary throw-in. Apologies. So the scoreboard is showing Nauru 41, New Zealand 40. Out of bounds on the full, so an opportunity lost for the Nauruans. New Zealand able to turn it around. Important passage to New Zealand. They trail by 1 or 2. Nearly kicked it away. Knocked away. It's been some excellent play today from Porter. Oh, the tackle started well. Slipped up over the neck, but because it started legally, all the umpire need do is restart play with the ball up. Over 200 of you watching now. I hope you're enthralled. The fact that you're here suggests that you're heavily invested in this game. Knocked inside. Good double effort from Goldingham, but then turned over. And when you're in front, territory is your friend. Nauru not afraid to just hoof it forward. Turned over, however, to Vakade. Back through the middle of the field, but turned over again. Number 17, Yashika Cook. We're moving a bit slowly, so we're told to play on. Drives inside 50. We can see the cross breeze. New Zealand with an opportunity. Waldron's kick charge down. They need support. Antabau off the outside of the boot. That's going in some strange directions. So, Nauru with a minus score. Now, I have that as the first scoring shot of this quarter. So that's definitely Nauru up to 42. I'm just nervous because in a game this close and in such an historic game, you want the score to be right. So I hope it's right and I'm wrong. So I'll let it rest there. Goes to ground, Vicade, clever handball. Went out to Baudry. Talamai Holden. Through to Jones. Crunch to ground. Cook. Cook's been excellent defence. Helped out by Ika. Desperate play on the ground and rewarded. Bit of kicking in danger. Yeah, the arm went up the wrong way. It was good work to dive over the ball from Chrissa. And then when the ball was kicked away, she was always going to get the free kick. Good work from Axel. Axel Oswald showing her class. There's a player way in front of the mark and communication from the umpires. Comes wide to Alamai Holden. As a trundle. They need to string something together. Time is running out. Not able to be held on to by Baudry. Nauru doing enough to get it forward. Strong marking contest. It's run through. Andabau. Andabau is goal side. Had more time than she thought. The lead extends to 3. Little rush of blood. Important hand from Goldingham. Pinball effect on the ground. Towed through by Lightbourne. Lightfoot. Free kick to Nauru. Now one of the players needs to go get the ball. The law in Australia is a safety rule is that, someone's got it. Umpires cannot leave the playing arena. If you've seen Australian footy crowds, you'll understand why. So it's usually a spectator who throws it back, but if there isn't one, you just hope that someone's around. Put back in play by number 11, drops on the 50. Pulled out by Vicade, who took on a little bit too much. Wonderful rundown tackle. I don't have number 6. I thought it was Brechterfeld. It's not. Good mark taken by Axel Oswald. Shanika, definitely go Rubes. Just watch the language. Trying to keep it friendly here, but I understand your sentiment. Comes out wide to Goodwin. Brought down. Nauru's tackling in this fourth quarter has been outstanding. And they have dominated territory for the last 5 minutes or so. They've not really allowed New Zealand, who had a flurry of inside 50 entries to begin this fourth quarter. But they haven't allowed them to get too far forward since. There's only 4 minutes left. It is set up for someone to make a hero of themselves with a winning goal. Out wide to Sultan. Oh, brilliant. Fends away a tackle. She's run a long way. Has a bounce. Deep inside 50. Ill-directed kick, but it was actually lucky that it fell short. Good work in defence from 14. Hasn't quite gone far enough. Picked up by Turnbull. And that's an example of that tackling that we've seen. Well, I still praise the effort, but the free kick has gone against Charlie Capelle in number 6. So she has done some good things today. Thank you again, Mish. Maybe I shouldn't talk to Rhea. Maybe I should just talk to Mish. That's how I'll learn all the numbers. No, I'll chat with Rhea and the others in the next couple of days. Free kick to Turnbull on the 50. Big opportunity for the Kahu. Has she put herself in trouble? Gets away with it. Tackle from behind. Not a great kick, but somehow it works. Rahui Durkin with an opportunity for a match winner. Turnbull got into trouble, out of trouble, back into trouble, and somehow made it work. worth weight in gold, Mish. But right now, it's all about Chloe Rahui Durkin. Marked on the line, and then now, will they call the mark before the line? They won't, but the work, now I've got number 9 is Trixina Akua, but whoever the defender was has earned the praise of their side. Now knocked out, interesting call. Number 12 I have is Lilo Tamaki. Nauru by 2, just over 2 minutes remaining. Nauru haven't hit the scoreboard this quarter, but they're tackling. It's been wonderful. You can see the New Zealand men's team, the Falcons, over on the far side, willing their women on. But it's Aroeni, the tribe, leading at the moment. Important possession was Vanilla. And the 14, Anjana, she's not even on my list. Oh, sorry, Anjana Scotty, there we go, thank you. Running away with it, turned over. Last chance saloon. Naya Taulamai Holden on the right wing. They've only got about 70 seconds, kicks it away. Now they won't be allowed to slow the play down too much. Pretty sure that's Vanilla Ikarov, just back of left wing. Thank you also, Soriano. Hits the ground, Axel Oswald on her bike straight away. Out on the full or a mark to number 12, who might be Lilo Tamaki, but either way it's Nauru's ball. New Zealand will need to turn this over instantly. Now you can't get to, oh, well that's, they weren't deliberately wasting time, but that has worked for them, taking seconds off the clock. Deep inside 50. Intercept mark dropped, Rebal, and they've pinned New Zealand down. It looks like Nauru's done enough. The first game for both of these sides in women's Australian football history as an international cup, at an official AFL tournament. It's pushed forward by Dogoape. Oswald, siren will sound. The Aroeni have done it! It's Nauru's match. New Zealand were valiant, but that amazing second quarter from Nauru in which they kicked 5 goals has been the difference. That is one of the best matches we've seen in any of the 4 competitions this week. Men's, women's, open, under 17s. It's Nauru by 2. Full details and goal scorers will be available online later on. Everyone online, thank you so much for your support and your help, and not just of me, but far more importantly for the players on screen. So many more matches coming up this week. The next one is tomorrow at 3 o'clock Queensland time, which is 1 hour earlier than today's game started. That's the Papua New Guinea Flames against the Tonga Storm. I hope you can join us for that, whether or not you're involved with either of the teams. But if that's an indication of the week we're going to have, it's going to be fantastic. My name's Daniel Viles. On behalf of everyone involved with the AFL Pacific Cup, it's goodbye from Maroochydore.